Good morning, YouTube. My name is Captain Kulo2, and today I want to share with you about how I won my 7th grade science project. Before I tell the story, I want to say thank you to everyone who has subscribed so far. I'm currently one person away from my first milestone of 10 subscribers. So if you enjoyed today's video, please consider subscribing. Anyways, onto the video. So this story occurred in May of 2015, during my final week of 7th grade. I had just finished with my 6th period class and I was on my way to 7th period science class. By the time I got there, my science teacher, who I will call Mrs. Science, greeted me at the front of the classroom, like usual, but something seemed off as she seemed extra excited today. I then walked into the classroom and I had a hint as to why Mrs. Science was so excited. At the back of the classroom, there was a random assortment of old and used bottles, boxes, cans, and everything in between. We were doing something different today. The tardy bell rings, and Mrs. Science enters the classroom. Everyone listens in anticipation as we all figured out that we were going to be working on some project. She then says to us, "Good afternoon, class. We are going to do something special today. If you look at the back of the class, you will see that there is a bunch of random recyclable objects. With 2 of these items, you'll create a fictional new product, and you have to do your best to sell it to me." She then said, "It is also a group project, so find a partner and start working on it." We were all excited to hear that it was a group project. All the other students immediately eyed each other and formed into groups. Some other students immediately rushed towards the back to get the best stuff that was available. And then there was me. I looked around and saw another student who also didn't have a partner. I walked up to them and asked them, "Do you want to work together?" And he said, "Sure." For this video, I will call him Dave. He told me that we should wait as everyone else was acting like zombies in the back. So Dave and I waited till everyone had left, and then we went to the back ourselves. There was a bunch of junk except for 2 items, a laundry detergent bottle and a Folgers coffee can. I immediately had an idea, grabbed the 2 items, and told Dave my plan. I first put the 2 objects together, the laundry detergent bottle on the top and the Folgers coffee can on the bottom, and stuck them together with duct tape. We then worked on trying to make the bottle look as interesting as possible, adding buttons and gadgets on the side. While doing this, we discussed on what we should name our product. Dave thought it should be a parody of OxyClean, but instead of clothes, it's a liquid that repairs electronics. I liked the idea. I even made a joke that, what if we called it Oxystain? But yeah, that was a terrible idea. After we finished the bottle, we went ahead and worked on our script and what we were to do. The next day was presentation day, and I was ready. I met up with Dave, who had finalized the script. But there was something different about today. Mrs. Science wasn't here, and we had a substitute teacher, who I will call Mrs. Substitute. She informed us that Mrs. Science had gotten sick, but that won't stop the presentations. There, however, was a change to the rules. Instead of the teacher picking the winner, it would be the students who voted on their favorite product. Whoever got the most votes would get a 100, and everyone else would just get a 90. After she explained the instructions, she sat down and wanted the first group to go up. At this moment, the classroom went dead silent. No one wanted to go first, and neither did I. So after about 15 seconds of awkward silence, one of the groups offered to go first. Unfortunately, I cannot remember any of the creations nor what they did from the other groups, but I do remember how our presentation went. After the second group finished, Dave and I agreed that we should go next. We both stood up, I grabbed our script, and Dave got our product, and we walked to the front of the classroom. Everyone's eyes were staring right at us. My anxiety was increasing, and sweat started to form on my forehead. But I said no, I will not be anxious today. I want this to be the best presentation that had ever been conceived. And clearing my throat, I said, "My name is Captain Kulo2.
And my name is Dave.
And from the creators of Nanosoft, we bring you the Electronic Fixing Liquid, or EFL for short. This revolutionary product is easy as 1, 2, 3. Choose your settings, pour the liquid on any device, and your device is better than new." At this point, Dave and I switched roles, and Dave was now speaking.
The electronic fixing liquid comes in 4 modes. The repair mode fixes anything and everything broken about your phone and makes it good as new.
He then proceeds to hand me the bottle and takes out his phone and throws it on the ground and repeatedly stomps on it for a good 10 seconds. In reality, it was just his phone case. He then picks it up and asks me to pour the imaginary liquid on his phone case. He then does a sleight of hand and switches the phone case with his actual phone and turning it on and showing it to the class that it was good as new.
The next setting was upgrade. It will upgrade any device, whether it is 50 years old or just bought yesterday. Pouring the electronic fixing liquid on it will upgrade it immediately to new models of it that haven't even been invented yet.
We then switch roles again and it is my turn to speak. The next setting should be self-explanatory. Recharge. Just by pouring the liquid on it, it brings any device, alive or dead, back to full battery, and that will last for an entire week with no recharge. And lastly, it's the Bluetooth mode. Pour the liquid on any device and it will play your favorite music on command. It even comes with LED lights to complement it. It was Dave's turn again to speak.
If you'd like to buy this product, it only cost $999,999.99. And there's only one in existence, so buy quickly before it is gone forever. Thank you.
The classroom gave a small round of applause, and then we sat back down in our seats. After our somewhat successful presentation, the other groups went up and presented their creations. Some of them were very good, and others seemed like meh. With all the presentations now finished, Mrs. Substitute went around the class, giving each of us a note card, and she told us to write down which team did the best, and we were not to vote for ourselves. After everyone had cast their votes, Mrs. Substitute tallied all the votes and found a winner. Mrs. Substitute stands in front of the classroom and says, "I will now read out the final scores. In 5th place, with a score of 0, is Team D. Okay, at least we are not in last place. In 4th place, with a score of 2, is Team A. We have a chance to be in the top 3. In 3rd place, with a score of 3, is Team B. My heart at this point starts rushing faster. It is either Team E or my team, Team C, in 1st place. Who will it be? She then says, the team in 2nd place, with a score of 5, is... She took a long pause to build suspension, then saying out loud, Team E. And Team C, with the electronic fixing liquid, is in 1st place, with a score of 6 points. Dave and I jumped out of our chairs, we gave each other a high five, and knowing that we won the contest. As that happened, the final school bell rang, and we were free to go back home. If you enjoyed today's video, please consider leaving a comment on any ideas you may have for the next video. And thank you to everyone who has subscribed, or even just watched my videos. Anyways, good night, YouTube.